Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Yes, I have wet hair and I'm looking a little rough, and I gotta be honest, I've had kind of one of those mornings where I've just been feeling sorry for myself. I've been beating myself up quite a bit. I've got some stuff going on and I was in the shower and I was just mean to myself. I was just beating myself up. And I was doing that thing where you go, it's not the hormones. It's not COVID. It's not the travel. It's not that you're in a happy, healthy relationship. There is no excuse for how you let yourself go. I was in the shower just sobbing when my husband came in, and praise God, and I am so thankful that he's my best friend and that he, whatever, has this innate ability to know when I need him, because he pulled me out of a funk. I'm not entirely out of it, but I'm more out of it than I was. I don't know that I'll post this video. I had this like mental image of me just bleh, with all of the feelings in case someone else is feeling this way too. So I've been a little weepy this morning. We have those days, right? We're gonna get past it. And one of the ways for me to get past sometimes my mental space is to focus on something positive. And sometimes makeup makes me feel a little bit less of a failure. So we're gonna put some makeup on. I have several things here from Profusion Cosmetics that I picked up. I'm just gonna show you here. I have these things. I have another one of these lip kits. Sometimes I have good luck with them. Another blush thing. These were all from before Christmas that have just been sitting here. The reason why I want to use this right now is because I have the scrunchie on my wrist. It's stupid. And I also have my Fitbit that's been sitting charging for a year. It's charged. It's time to use it. Okay, you guys. Anyway, so I saw that Profusion had a sale this morning, the day that I'm filming this, and I went on to their site and I'm like, oh, I don't remember, you know, anything new really coming out. The Jurassic stuff, a couple other things, the Mean Girls thing, which I've already done Mean Girls makeup before. I don't think I ever edited it and posted it, but I filmed with it and then just didn't like it. I was not expecting anything new. And when I did my big palette declutter in December, I got rid of a number of Profusion palettes, especially the big ones. It was online and I was looking and I thought, oh, well, that's pretty, that's pretty, that's pretty. Before long, I spent like 40 bucks, but I got like a bunch of stuff because I had a pretty big sale. So I'll be curious. That's the first makeup order I placed in 2023. And it's not expensive. So I'm still trying to keep my budget down. We'll just see how it goes. Anyway, this is not a Profusion palette. This is from Beauty Bay. And this is one that came out, I feel like last fall, maybe. It wasn't the most recent one. I have so much recycling I had to take out. It wasn't the most recent one, but when I bought the most recent one, this was also still available, so I picked it up. It's pretty bright. It's pretty bright and colorful. It's a rainbow palette, right? And it has not as many shimmers, which I like. We've got one here that's kind of like a crystal blue. We've got a blue. We've got a green, another green, kind of a tan color, and then like a melon color, maybe we'll call it. It's a pretty good job of putting together their color stories that actually kind of make sense. Sometimes you can go down a row and see a look and go, oh yeah, I can put that together. Sometimes you can go down a column. Sometimes that's a little scary because there's some bright colors in here that are out of my comfort zone. I know you guys sometimes like the bright, bold colors. So I figured let's just do a look. If you were interested in this palette and you want me to come back and do more looks, let me know. I'm just gonna, I've already got some of the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright primer on right now. I've dipped back into that recently. I'm gonna put in, this has become my favorite, I'll show you the front of the bottle. This has become my favorite foundation. This is the one from Lancome that I picked up during their holiday kit. They have like a kit where if you spent $42 then you got, and then you spent $75 on their $542 collection set. Anyway, I picked this up, this foundation then, and I love it. It is rock solid. So yeah, I'm feeling a little congested. That's because I had a big pity party going on. I don't do that very often. I don't usually let myself get kind of carried away by emotions, really of any sort. I don't let myself wallow in grief or anger or sadness. I've just managed to find my way out of those dark spaces so many times. And today, I think it was just one of those days where I'd been feeling blue and then it just got the better of me. For long, I was overwhelmed. So we're gonna try not to focus on that. I am missing my football game, which means I need to get a move on because I wanted to be editing while I was watching the game. because that's what I like to do. Anyway, that's the Lancome foundation, the Tint Idole Ultra Wear, and I have it in shade 330N in case you're wondering, and I picked this up offline and it was fantastic. Okay, I also have a Brow Duo Pencil Conceal and Highlight. This is from Billion Dollar Brows, and I can't remember if this came in a kit. I'm guessing this came in a kit. I'm going to use it kind of inner corner here, and I'm sort of scribbling it on. I'm actually going to bring it up here a little bit too. Not really a highlighter, more of just kind of a early concealer. We're just going to call it a brightener, not a highlighter. Yeah, kind of lifts those brows, lifts those eyes a little bit. Aside from my little feelings of inadequacy, how are you guys doing? You guys doing good? Everybody healthy and happy, or are you going through it too? Just out of curiosity. I'm not requiring misery loving company. I don't want to make anybody else down, but I'd be curious. On an average, how many blue days do you have? Like, how often do you get sad? Inquiring minds want to know. It's not very often for me. I guess I'm lucky in that regard. Okay, this is a contour stick that I picked up from Live Tinted, and I had recently said in I think a video where I said that the KKW dual-ended contour stick was my favorite, and I was super sad that we no longer have a KK Beauty, and I didn't know if they were going to come out with another one. I like the formula because not only is it a good tone for me, but it blends so fast and so well. This is my dupe. It's not dual-ended. It doesn't have both shades on it, but just a quick swipe. I'll show you what I've been doing with it. This has made such a difference, and I'm not super specific about it, but just kind of putting a little bit on where I think that's not all the way blended in here. Get it together here. Found that this blends so well and so fast, and I've really been enjoying it. All right, and the thing that I use is when I use either one of the tinted blushes or like this contour and a blush, and there's probably too much foundation on this. I've been just taking it and just pushing it. Once I swipe it on, I just kind of brush it up, and it's so pretty and natural looking. Like, even that is probably not as bold as I would like it to be. We're gonna put a little bit more on. Let me take a cleaner brush here. Just got this little concealer brush. I'm just gonna kind of, and instead of dragging it down at all, I've been just kind of brushing it up, and that is so natural looking and so pretty. This is my new obsession. My new obsession that you can still get. I get this off Amazon. I'll link the link down below. I'm not an Amazon affiliate, so you're not giving me anything if you guys purchase off of it or not. I picked up 2 of these liquid blush. They're a soft matte liquid blush. One in Cosmo, one in Bellini. These are not new. I mean, they say new on the packaging, but I've had them for a while. They've just been sitting in my to be filmed later little cart to the side here. When I was on Profusion's site today, I noticed that they had a kit of these. They had like a 4-pack of these blushes for I think like $25 or $27, and then there was like a 40% off sale on top of it. So I picked up the whole kit. I figured if these are good, then I'll throw, if I get any duplicates, I'll throw them in a giveaway so you guys can play with them too. They're not expensive. I mean, you can buy them yourself because they're super cheap. But if, you know, you were all curious, I'll do a giveaway and then you can try them for free. Okay, I'm getting both of these out here. So one of them is a little bit more of, like I said, peach Bellini, and that's what that looks like, which looks like the perfect neutral for me. I should have shaken these up, huh? And then the other one is Cosmo. I'd take a Cosmo right now. That is really kind of a dark burgundy. I wonder how sheer these go on or how subtle these go on. I'm gonna start with the lighter one first. I didn't shake this one as well. We're just gonna shake it up a little bit, and then we'll dot some on and see how it looks. I didn't bring in a damp beauty sponge, but I think I can use, I'll use this one. This is like a foundation brush, but we'll use a little bit of a kabuki brush. All right, that's actually super pretty and went on really fast. Okay, I might build up the other one on top of it too. The packaging is really cool. There's like a domed foam applicator on it. I said I wasn't gonna get into these, but I'd already purchased these, so I'm not gonna not use them. And the formula seems really nice. It's a very lightweight and sheer. Reminds me, I think, doesn't Shein or She Glam have a formula very similar or a packaging very similar to this? I kind of stopped using their stuff, and I don't think I kept that blush that I had from them. Okay, we're gonna put on a little bit of the darker color. Let's see what we can do with this here. I'm just gonna kind of trail this up the cheekbone. It's very warm. I don't think I was expecting my blush to be quite so warm today because I'm wearing kind of a gray and blue, like a sweatshirt tunic dress thing with leggings. More of a reason to not feel good about myself. I should have probably put on something cuter and made myself try to feel a little bit better, but I'm finding that today it's gonna be comfort clothes. I've been dressed cute the last couple days. Today is gonna have to be comfort clothes, at least for a little while. That blush packed quite a bit of punch, literally and figuratively. I feel like been beat up a little bit on the side of my face, and the wrinkles under my eyes are not helping me at all too. I gotta stop the negative self-talk, and I've gotta stop apologizing. That's what I need to do. Okay, we'll use some powder in a little bit, but just tone that down, but I'm just gonna leave it the way it is right now. All right, I didn't bring out an eyeshadow primer because I wasn't prepared. I'm gonna use this Merit Beauty Foundation Concealer Stick. This particular shade is Bisque. I think I have 3 or 4 of these, and they're lightweight and creamy, and they're probably one of my favorite like foundation sticks right now. Sometimes when I do my foundation, I didn't today, but sometimes when I do my foundation, I do concealer first, and then I find myself wearing less foundation, which feels better to me on the skin. So we'll just use that foundation eyeshadow primer. Okay, let's try this Lips to Go kit. I've had a few of these in the past, and I've really liked them, and I want to think that they're $3-4, maybe 5 at most, and you get 3 products. These ones are so much better than the ones from C Color Cosmetics. This one has, almost looks like a melted metal and a lip liner. So we've got a matte lip cream, a sparkling lip topper, and a lip liner. This is in the color combination Imagine. So let me pull these out. One of my things to do today is to bring down a garbage bag and sort the garbage from the recyclables. And I've got a pile going on here. It's so bad, you guys. Okay, so this is the lip liner. And if I recall, I think I've liked these pretty well. So that looks pretty. All right. I do have some like Burt's Bees lip balm on right now. I wonder if this is going to end up being too pink. All right, it's going on pretty light, even despite having the lip balm on. Sometimes when you have lip balm on, it will slide around a little bit and not really adhere. But if I don't have anything on my lip, like at all times, I find myself chewing on my mouth, chewing on my lips. That's not good. Don't get in the habit. I don't know how much lipstick or lip products I've ingested over the years, but that's gross. Okay, it's gonna be too pink for the orange blush, the punchy blush, but maybe we can fix it with something else here. All right, the applicator is like one of those that has a little scoop in it, so it holds the product pretty well, I think. And you know what? I just went along my bottom lip and didn't go along the top. Matte coated them very well. And actually I like the color. It's too mauvey and cool for the blush, but all right, let's just try the lip gloss. This is a sparkle lip gloss, and that kind of warmed it up a little bit. Maybe not exactly where I need to be, but let's just see what we can do with the eyeshadow here, you guys. It's one of those days, I'm telling you. One of those days. All right. So this is the eyeshadow palette. I feel like I might want to dip into, I'm really drawn to this blue because I think that's really beautiful with brown eyes. There is a black, but I think the black feels like it has a little bit of like a green undertone to it. I can't really tell. I think this makes a beautiful quad. I think obviously that makes a beautiful quad. This is pretty interesting and fun. I don't know that I can get away with that. I don't know how I feel about that yellow. I think I want to start with this melon color down here. It looks a little bit more muted in the camera than it does in person, and in person it's a little bit more vibrant. I'm just going to take a big kind of fluffy brush, and we're going to go into it. That one's called Tender. And again, this is the New Mood palette from Beauty Bay. We're just using that. Oftentimes when I do makeup look, I tend to do things just a little bit more monochromatic, and today I think I need something a little bit more bright. All right, that went on beautifully, zero skipping. I've really enjoyed the Beauty Bay formula, and I've really enjoyed their formula. They're similar to Glamlight, in my opinion. In my mind, the Beauty Bay formula has some similar qualities to the Glamlight formula. If you do go to the Beauty Bay app or their website to order, don't be swayed by, there's one that's like Simple Beauty or Sample Beauty, I think. Don't get those. Those are junk. The reason why I call that to your attention is because they look very similar to the Beauty Bay brand. But the Beauty Bay lip products, eyeliners, blushes, I've had zero issue with any of the Beauty Bay products that I've tried so far. I can't say that I've tried everything that they come out with, but all right, so we got that melon color. It went on very sheer, a little bit more like what you would see in the camera is what I got on my eyes as opposed to what I saw in the pan. I feel like I could build it up, but I'm not going to right now. I'm gonna go into this brown over here. I've got this Sigma brush that's dual-ended, so I just flipped it over. I'm gonna grab this brown over here, work it into a little bit. And maybe at some point in time my hair will be dry. that would be good too. I put some of the Cake Curl Whip. I think it's called Curl Whip or Whip Curls or something like that. Basically they're mousse. I put a lot of my hair shower with a little bit of the Moroccan oil. I don't use the light Moroccan oil because I have kind of like coarse, dry, processed hair, like color treated hair. I say color treated, but I haven't really colored my hair in a long time. I've used glaze a few times and I really like it. A little bit messy, but I like it. Okay, so I just blended that dark brown called Powerful into the shade called Tender. So I'm guessing the color shades are all supposed to be moods. That would make sense. I could have gotten away with a lighter color instead of that darker brown, but it's shearing out and blending in with the other shade pretty well. A little bit of patchiness, but not too bad. I feel like I'm not getting much of anything on. I feel like I'm kind of failing at this too. Let's try this tan shade right here. It's like, hey, let's use all the boring shades in the palette. I'm not going to use all the boring shades, but I'm going to use a number. I'm just taking that all over my lid. Boy, you know what? There's a lot of opacity to that shadow. I wasn't thinking that it would be so opaque. I was thinking it was going to go on a little bit sheer or a little bit sheer of a formula, but it's actually nice. And now I'm feeling like I got a little muddy with the brown in the melon color. I'm not loving that, but I think it's okay. It'll be fine. By the time I had to trust the process, right? When it's done, be all right. I'm gonna take this shade right here called Intimate, which is kind of like the shimmer correspondent to that melon color, and it is very creamy. Maybe not as cream to powder formula as the Glamlight palette feels, but pretty close. And I'm trying to draw a comparison because the price point is similar. I'm trying to draw a comparison to the brand. All right, so I put that peach shimmer color, kind of melon shimmer color all over, not all over the tan, but through quite a bit of it. And it adhered actually very well. That's good. That's good to know. Okay, I'm gonna go into the shade down here called Blessed. And you know what I love about this palette that I discovered? These are all, are they all? Yeah, they're all good words to say out loud. They remind me of that Ashley Strong palette that Morphe collab, where you can say the words out loud to kind of reinforce your mental space. This was totally by accident that I chose this palette, right? So this one's Blessed. I'll read off all the shade names to you because as I realized when they mean new mood, it's almost like an empowerment thing. All right, so far I have a variety of soft, neutral to warm leaning shades on my eyes. I'm not super inspired by this. I'm gonna have to doctor this up a little bit, but let me read you the shade names. So we've got Gracious, Curious, Grateful, Intimate, Tender, Powerful, Optimistic, Euphoric, Passionate, Free, Focused, Inspired, Bold, Energetic, Creative, Serene, Content, Confident, Blessed, and Joyful. Those are fun things to kind of focus on. I get it. Okay, I want to try. I've been really loving combining warm shades and cool shades, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that blue, this one right here, and I'm going to just take a little bit of a pencil brush out here in the corner up into, just to kind of define that lie a little bit. Now, I feel like it is bringing my eye down a little bit. I'm going to have to do some lightening and blending. That shade is super pigmented. It's really, really pretty. I'm going to go back into Grateful, which is this kind of neutral tan on that same brush after I'm going to kind of soften that slightly. Yeah, that helped quite a bit. So severe. There's two shades in here, these two that are very similar. There's this one that's a little bit lighter and this one's a little bit darker. I think I might take the one that's a little lighter and up here. A little bit of kick up. I do wear gas permeable contacts, so I try to keep as much out of it as possible out of my contacts, but I'm feeling like I get a little bit of it here. Okay, I need to do something on the upper lids here a little bit more. You know what? I think I want to take a little bit more of this dark brown over here. I'm just going to deepen C a little bit. That should bring Wiley. What did that do to my? I feel like that kind of elongated it out. Blended that up a little bit. I'm feeling very heavy with that. I've got a lot of shades on. I think I overthought this, you guys. I didn't need to put on this many eyeshadow shades. I could have left it pretty darn simple, and I think this palette gives you a chance to focus on like one or two things and call it good. And instead I'm like, oh, let's put on all the shadows. I didn't need to do that. Okay, you guys, I have a lot going on in my eyeshadow right now. The best way to save this is gonna be to put on some mascara. Let's do some of that and then we'll see what else we need to do after that. Okay, you guys, as per normal, mascara always makes a huge difference in my humble opinion. Not a makeup artist, not a professional beauty expert, but I feel like I've got a little bit of this like, almost like a softer sunsetty thing going on the top and almost like a blue water down below. I'm all of a sudden feeling very ocean meditation inspired, if that makes sense. I'm feeling like I've got sunrise on the water. Yeah, I'm feeling like I've got a little sunrise on the water here with, you know what? I think I want to deepen up that melon color because I think I got rid of most of it during the blending or during the application of some of the other shades. I've been using all Sigma brushes today so far. So I'm going to take that tender shade one more time and I'm going to build that right. I think that gave me a little bit more of that punch than I wanted. Kind of lost a little bit earlier, but now I've retrieved it. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. I'm going to go into this shade over here called Gracious, which is kind of like a golden champagne color. A little bit smaller of a brush, just a little bit. Sunrise on the water. That feels a little bit more intentional, a little bit prettier, a little bit brighter. I like that significantly more. I was a little worried that even makeup wasn't going to make me feel better, and I'm starting to feel it. We'll see what happens here in a few more minutes. Okay, so this is like a blush kit. This is called the Mini, oh no, that's not a blush, that's an eyeshadow. Mini Ruby's Shadow Quad. I thought this was a blush quad. Doesn't that look like a blush palette? Oh yeah. So that's a bright red eyeshadow. That's like a tomato red eyeshadow. Then we have like a sienna and a bronze shade. This must have been a free gift of purchase because I don't recall purchasing it. Let's try to put some powder and see if we can't tone it down. I think I'm also going to change the lip color. That's better. It's a comedy of errors today, I think, you know? That looks better. This isn't a light enough foundation that I'm not hesitating on all the way up underneath my eye. Not perfect, but better. All right, the lipstick. Well, I didn't mind the kit. I think what I want to do is just kind of blend it a little bit. That's a little bit better. That matches the blush a little bit more. Now let's take this sparkly gloss over it. Oh yeah. Now we have a full face of makeup. I mean, there's a lot of eyeshadow, right? I used a lot of colors. And it's a little bit more colorful than I normally, you know, would normally do. But I think it's pretty. Yeah, sunrise on the water. We're gonna call that sunrise on the water. Let me go see if I can't get my hair to dry a little bit more. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing really well. Thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry I was such a downer earlier. I'm pulling myself out of it. I'm gonna go focus on some other stuff, not the internal messages in my brain. Yeah, I'll come back with another video here pretty soon. I usually upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. I've got a lot of new subscribers lately, so thank you guys for clicking this little subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you guys anything. It just helps me know maybe a little bit more what kind of content you like, if I should continue doing the same stuff or not. And then also if you give it a thumbs up, that gives me a little boost of, okay, yeah, you're on the right track. But I hope you're doing really well, and I wish you nothing but love and happiness, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.